So like I said, there's big changes coming to my channel. I'm still researching because I want to do the best channel I can, but I know it's going to be a process. So basically, today I wanted to tell you I just got out of church and we had a great homily on humility. And I think sometimes we all need to hear that. I think sometimes we all need to know that it's important to be humble. And several of us have been humbled many times in our lives. And we've learned, some of us learned quicker than others. You know, some of us took a while, like me, for example, took a while. But I've been in situations where I had to take, back in the day, when I was in my 20s and so on, I would take a calculator to the grocery store. It was a version out west or Midwest, wherever I was at the moment, of kind of like a Save-A-Lot. And I remember one time, I don't remember exactly what store this one was either, but same kind of, store. I had a calculator with my budget for the week, $12 for groceries. So imagine that. I don't know today, that would probably be, if I'm guessing at the inflation amount, probably be maybe $30 tops. Maybe I'm giving it too much or too little. I'm not sure. I'm not an economist. But I've also had times where I couldn't pay my electric bill. That's not that long ago. I had to do bankruptcy back in 2016, and thank God I was able to come out of that. My lawyer said most people don't make it through. She told me that at the beginning, and I was like, how do they just not make it through bankruptcy? I'm like, what is the choice? So anyway, I had times then where I really had nothing. My son is not a big pinto bean and rice eater, but he had to learn to eat what I had when I had it to the best of his abilities. It was a pretty busy, incredibly rough time, but like I said, I had a time where I couldn't pay my electric bill more than once, probably. Well, definitely, because it's been cut off before back then. But during the bankruptcy, I remember having to go to the electric company and just going in there and saying, I can't pay it. I can only pay this much. And you had to go and make sort of a contract. You had to go and sign a deal that you would pay this much by this amount of time or whatever, the date. And it was, I remember thinking at that time, so very humbling. And that was good for me. It was good for me to be humbled, because when we're looking at the world, we are meant to be servants. Especially if we're of Christ, if we're followers of Christ, we're meant to be servants, and we're not meant to put ourselves above everybody. And I'll use like one little piece of bad language, but certainly not the worst language. But my dad grew up during the Great Depression, and I remember he had told me that he would have shoveled shit if he had to feed his family. And I respect that. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm driving, the camera's doing a little thing. But I've always respected that. And he's always told me, when he was around, he always told me, you're never too good to do any job. He says, as long as you know that you got a paycheck coming, because in the Great Depression, knowing that there would be pay coming was the most important thing. Stick with the job. Do this, do this, do this. And today we have so many more opportunities. And one thing that I've always wanted to do is, like, I'll see people and wish I could help them. And, to be fair, to be honest, I'm not somebody who has much money. But I would love so much to be able to have enough to help people who need it. I know people who just really have those same struggles that I had with the groceries and with the electric bill. I've had my water shut off. I've everything over the years, and it has humbled me to a great extent, probably I need even more humility, because I think most of us do. But that was just what I came out of church thinking, that I might as well pass on to you guys. I don't know how useful it'll be. But again, I'm still working on the channel. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing. But so far, so good for me. I'm having a good time and hoping that I can reach a few people. Thank you for all of you that have subscribed. And if you haven't and you happen to catch this one, subscribe if you want to. That would be awesome. But please, everybody, praise God for everything you've got every day, because we never know what's coming next. Love you guys sincerely.